Welcome to Metal Planet, a place where every metal subgenre is celebrated, from mainstream to underground bands. My name is Max Gray. We have an action-packed release week ahead of us, and I'm excited to share with you the records that are on my radar. So here's what's coming out on January 30th. Stabbing from Texas will drop next Friday, Eon of Obscenity, its first album for Century Media Records, and its second album overall. It's going to be a brutal death metal record with lyrics about gore, death, and torture. And the album will have an organic production that sounds like the death metal albums that came out in the 90s. The band's tracks remind me of the Chris Barnes era of Cannibal Corpse, especially the drumming and the way the drum sounds. Stabbing is a female-fronted death metal band, but the vocals are just as guttural and monstrous as the male-fronted death metal ensembles. Behind the Eclipse is an interesting one. It's the new opus by the Norwegian band Course of Fate. The record will not be a concept album in the proper sense, but the interaction between darkness and light is a theme that will be prevalent throughout the album. I like it when bands explore both darkness and light in a record, because that way there is a place for a lot of different colors to be added to the sonic palette. In the album there will be melancholic piano parts in addition to the rest of the metal instrumentation. Behind the Eclipse will be a progressive metal album, yes, but the focus of the band is not playing technical or playing fast. The goal is rather to service the songs. Ultra Soul will be the sophomore record by the Italian band Lord Elephant. This is an instrumental three-piece formation, so there will be no vocals on this album, but the band compensates the lack of singing by coming up with powerful riffs that create a thick sound. The album will feature psychedelic and bluesy jams with a prominent low end. You won't just feel the bass, you will hear it. I'm generally a lot less into instrumental music than music with vocals, but I always felt that the strength of stoner rock is in the riffs, so I think that a stoner rock album without vocals can work. Do you like music with no vocals? Let me know what you think in the comments. Death is Your Master is the upcoming album by the guitarist Fili Bibiano and his band Fortress. He was involved quite a lot in the creation of this album. He not only played guitar, but also bass and keyboards as well. He also sang backing vocals and produced the whole thing himself. But at the end of the day, it's his guitar playing that is at the center of this trad metal project. There is a neoclassical approach to his playing, and his solos can be put in the shred category. The band has a retro 80s feel, the vocal style is high-pitched and melodic, and the keyboards add a spacey touch to the music. The symphonic metal band Therion performed at a sold-out show in Mexico City in 2024 with a full orchestra, the National Symphony Orchestra of Mexico, and that particular show was recorded for an eventual live release. This live album will see the light of day this week under the title Con Orquesta. For the performance, the band invited a composer and conductor to reinterpret the songs and add new arrangements. New orchestral parts, new intros and interludes were added to the tracks. For physical media, the release will be available in a 3LP version or a 2CD version that comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD of the performance. Funeral Doom is a niche subgenre that has not been covered a lot on the channel in the past, but there is a release in that style that I wanted to include in today's list because I think it has potential. Exequiae by Lone Wanderer. Exequiae means funeral rites in Latin, and the album cover is from a 19th century romantic painting called Procession in the Fog. The title of the record and the cover capture to perfection what the band's music is all about. Long songs with a dense atmosphere, really slow tempos, and pessimistic lyrics, with everything kind of evoking funeral dirge music. The album opener will be almost 25 minutes long, and the track Existence Nullified has vocals that sound like they come from a grave. This album is a must for Funeral Doom fans, but there is a chance that it could also appeal to the people who like Death Doom as well. It's now time for my top 3 recommendations. My number 3 recommendation this week is Setting Fire to the Sky by Urne. I like how this band pulls influences from a lot of different heavy music genres like groove, progressive and sludge metal, along with metalcore, and takes some of the best elements of each while creating its songs. Another thing I like is that the band is able to go heavy when it needs to, and it is able to go for a more solo approach in other tracks. The band can come up with long compositions with progressive song structures and more straightforward songs as well. I can hear in the band's music some Gojira and Mastodon influences, two bands that I like. As a matter of fact, Urne managed to enlist Mastodon's Troy Sanders for a guest appearance on the album's 7th track, Arcane the Waves. My number 2 recommendation this week is an underground album, Abyss Calls to Abyss, by the band Scald. This is old school death metal meets hardcore and a punk rock attitude. The band goes full throttle with the riffs, and the singer Pam brings a cool feminine energy to the vocal performance. I like how the record is inspired by different topics like mythology, esoteric literature, social critique, and the concept of time. Each song is meant to represent a threshold in the overarching Path Through Shadow theme of the record. Strong riffs and interesting themes make this album a no-brainer pick for me this week. Earlier in the video I said that I like when bands are able to have a range in their sound, and the album that I will listen to first this week follows that exact formula. Dreamcrush by Mule will feature both intense black metal vocals and dreamlike soundscapes that make you feel like you are floating in a dream. This kind of atmosphere is something we have seen recently in the recent Death Heaven and Deftones albums, and the vibes of those records were just great, so I want more. I can hear distinct melodies in the songs from Dreamcrush that oddly enough remind me of the melodies of the band The Halo Effect, which is something I didn't expect. The track Garland is an example. On top of that, you can feel some raw emotion in the vocal delivery. All of that put together makes this album my most anticipated release this week, and the album that I recommend the most. If you want even more metal this week, there is a more complete list of the titles that will be released on January 30th in the description section of the video. Tell me which album or albums you plan to listen to this week, what keeps those metal juices flowing. If you plan to listen to a record that was presented today, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more heavy music related content. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Max Gray signing off. Cheers!